Perfect. So we'll start with eyes closed, hands on the belly. Taking a few deep breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Starting to just bring some awareness into our bodies. Noticing where we're breathing from. If we're breathing more from our belly, more from our chest. Feeling the movement that's happening underneath our hands. Relaxing head, neck, and shoulders. On this next exhale, start to more forcefully exhale through the mouth, almost like you're blowing out a candle. And notice on that next exhale, your rib cage starting to tuck down a little bit, starting to engage some of your muscles underneath your hands. And as you inhale, just release and relax. Exhale, tuck in, pull that belly button towards your spine. Inhale to release. On this next exhale, hold that activation through your core, continuing your normal breathing. So you should feel your core active, not necessarily always connecting it with your breath. Spine is nice and neutral. You're not pressing your low back down actively towards the mat, but you're just maintaining that natural curve that happens. Hold that activation. We're going to bring both arms up towards the ceiling. Good. From here, we're going to slide right arm and right leg nice and long along the mat, inhaling as you open. Exhale, close back together. Switching sides now, left arm, left leg, opening up away from the center of the body. Exhale, close. One more on each side. And reach long and close. Perfect. From here, keep that activation in your center. We're going to exhale and start to tuck the tailbone under, just tilting the pelvis, and then relax back down. So maybe just like an inch up and an inch down. Noticing that as you lift your tailbone, your low abs are drawing in and release. On this next one, start to lift up a little bit higher, feeling each vertebrae kind of press down into the mat before lifting up. And then lower each vertebrae down at a time, tucking the hips under so that tailbone is the last thing to touch. On this next one, lifting up all the way to the top. Pressure should be more on your shoulder blades than your head and your neck. Go ahead and look from right to left just to make sure everything is nice and loose there. Head back to the center and then slowly lower your hips down. Perfect. On this next one, rolling up segment by segment, pausing here at the top. Hold lifted. Right arm is just going to fall right out to the side into a T. And then back up to the ceiling. Left arm drops down wide. Inhale, exhale, close. One more on each side. Resisting this urge to kind of bring weight over away from midline. Good. Back up to the top. As you drop your hips, drop your arms. Slowly lower down. Inhale, raise hips and arms at the same time. 3 more like that. Lower arms and hips. Exhale, lift. Good, last one. Hold, lifted at the top again. Tapping those toes up and down. For 3, 2, hold the toes lifted. Knees are just going to butterfly out to the side, so wide knees. Exhale all the way, squeeze into the middle. Inhale, open the knees. Toes are still lifted. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, open, last one. Exhale, close and squeeze. Perfect. Lower the toes, lower the hips, and lower the hands. Hugging your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. You can make circles, taking a little massage to the low back. Perfect. From here, let's bring feet back down onto the mat. Arms are going to go up overhead. We're going to prepare for hundreds. Let's stay with feet down on the mat. So we're going to focus on our upper body. As hands come to hips, we're going to lift head, neck, and shoulders up. And we're going to pulse those hands nice and strong and straight next to our hips. See if you can reach your hands 1 inch further towards your feet so that your chest lifts up 1 inch higher. Breathing, inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Keeping your neck nice and long, chin away from your chest. Belly button pulling in. Good. Keep this going. Option to lift one leg into tabletop. 2, 3, 4, and switch. Good. Keep switching those legs. Awesome. Last few breaths here. Good. Lift up 1 inch higher. And release down. Raising your arms long, legs long. Taking a kind of good morning stretch. Seeing how long you can make your body. Perfect. From here, we're going to prepare for a full body roll up all the way to sitting. So, inhale through your nose. Exhale, arms, head, neck, and shoulders. Pulling your belly button in, trying not to use any momentum. And reaching forward towards your toes. And then pulling your belly button in, tucking your pelvis, almost like you're being punched in the stomach. Relaxing shoulders away from ears. Laying all the way back down. And again, inhale through the nose, exhale, arms, head, neck, and shoulders. Peeling off. Feet stay glued to the mat. This time, flex your feet as you reach forward. And slowly roll down. Shoulders away from your ears. On this next one, let's pause halfway in between. So lifting right about to here. Find a place where you feel like you can hold. Shoulders down. We're going to start to inhale, arms come wide. Exhale to the center. Inhale, arms come a little bit wider. And exhale back to the center. This time, see if you can bring your arms all the way out into a T. And then together. 2 more like that. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last one. Perfect. Lower down. 1 more full body roll up all the way to sitting. This one always feels a little bit more challenging. Try to keep it nice and smooth. Up and over those toes. Perfect. We're going to separate our feet about the distance of our mat. And let's bring our hands together in the center. We're going to flip one palm open. It's going to sweep out to the side. And then we're going to saw off that pinky toe. So pinky finger to pinky toe. Pulsing for 3, 2, 1. Sit back up nice and tall. Bring that hand back together. Palms together. Opposite hand is going to flip open. Take it out to the side, twisting. Pinky finger to pinky toe, pulsing. 2, 3. Sit back up nice and tall. Palms together. 1 more like this on each side. Open, flip, pulse. Good. Back to the center. Flip the palm, open, and pulse. 2, 3. Perfect. On this next one, we're going to do the same thing, but we'll add on. So palm flips open, rotate, pulse into your saw. And then from here, back arm comes down, and we're just gonna go into a little reverse plank here, so see if you can lift the hips, lower the hips, hand comes down, and back to the center. So flip the palm, rotate, saw, 2, 3, back hand comes down, and lifting hips. Good. And back to the center, just fold forward. Perfect. You can give your feet a little massage if you want to. On this next one, we'll focus a little bit more on those lower abs here. So, legs are going to go straight up towards the ceiling, arms down by your sides, and we're just going to lift the tailbone only, straight up towards the ceiling, little lifts. Trying not to use momentum, trying not to let your legs come in towards your face. Good. On this next one, we're going to roll up and over, hold here, take a nice little release. So feeling the pressure coming down into your ribs, maybe rotating side to side. Seeing what feels good, seeing if you can find any tender spots between your shoulder blades. From here back to the center, we're going to let our hips lower down as slowly as we can, resisting gravity. Trying to relax our head and neck. Good. Back 2 feet up towards the ceiling. Perfect. One more like that. Up and over. Hold here. Taking a little massage, taking any movements that you need that feel good. You can let your toes kind of come side to side. You can let your hips come side to side. And then find your way back to the center. Slowly roll down, one vertebrae at a time. Trying to release and relax through the arms. Perfect. Awesome. From here, we're going to go knees to chest. We're going to prepare for our ab series here, so most importantly, taking a break if you feel your form starting to slack, if you feel your low back starting to arch. Take a break, just hop back in whenever you can, otherwise following along best you can. We're going to start off hugging one knee into our chest, opposite leg shooting out long, and then from here lifting head, neck, and shoulders up, holding for 2. Exhale, switch for 2. Inhale for 2. Exhale, switch for 2. Perfect. Keeping chin away from your chest. Chest is open. On this next one, reaching long, hollow body hold. 2, 3. Exhale, pull it in. 2, 3. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last one. From here, grabbing up as high as you can, straight leg stretch, little pull in for 2, and exhale, switch for 2. Awesome. Keep it strong, take breaks if you need to. This next one, hands come behind the head, legs up towards the ceiling, heels together, toes apart, slowly lower, only a few inches. And then back up to the top. This time crisscrossing at the upper thighs. And back up. One more like that crisscross. Awesome. Feet separate to about hip distance apart. Reaching toward the opposite ankle. Exhale as you twist. Almost done here. Keep it strong. Rotating through your shoulder, trying to lift your whole shoulder blade. Last 2, right into bicycle. This is going to be our last one here. Instead of thinking about elbow to knee, think more about armpit to knee. Good. Good. Last 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Hug those knees in. Take a few nice deep breaths here. Awesome. We're going to start to roll like a ball. So hug yourself in really, really close. We're going to start to rock, massaging the spine. You can hold right onto your shins. Keep rocking. On this next one, starting to make your way up into a boat pose. So balancing here. Hold. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. If you can, take your hands to hover right next to your shins. Breathing here. Good. From here, little pulses in towards the center. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax down into butterfly. So soles of the feet together, nose to toes. Awesome. Take a twist. So left hand up towards the ceiling, looking towards your left hand. And switching sides. Right arm up towards the ceiling. Good. Back to the center. From here, we're going to go back into boat pose. So rounding your pelvis, rounding your back. Legs are going to come up. Hold here. From here, we're just going to tap one heel down and then back up. Other heel down and back up. Nothing else is really moving. Good. From here, hold both up towards tabletop. We're going to just slightly open, slightly close. Good. 2 more like this. Open. See if you can come all the way down into hollow body. And close. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Back into butterfly. Perfect. From here, we're going to roll onto our side. Doesn't matter which side, we'll be doing both. Head can be supported in your hand or resting on your arm, whatever is most comfortable. Hips are stacked, top hip right on top of the bottom, not rolling forward, not rolling back. And then top arm, preferably somewhere other than the mat in front of you. I like to have it on my top hip or behind head. Top leg now is going to lift up at the height of the hip, starting off with small circles. Circles are about the size of a tennis ball or a baseball. Reaching that leg nice and long, pretending like you're drawing those circles on the opposite wall. Reverse directions. Good. Last 3, 2, hold, lifted. We're going to point toe up, heel down, holding there. We're going to start to kick up towards the ceiling and flex down. Point the toe, kick up, flex the foot, draw it down. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. On this next one, we're going to point toes to knee, reach up towards the ceiling and draw down, bend in, extend up, and lengthen. Perfect. Reverse directions of this. So sweep straight up towards the ceiling, bend in and down. Inhale up, exhale down. Last one. Good. From here, keeping that leg nice and straight, we're going to go for a rond de jambe. So straight leg forward, up, and circle. Inhale forward. Trying to keep frozen through the upper body. And reverse directions, up to the top, in front, and down. Last one. Good. We're going to end off with a high clamshell. So knees are going to bend. Knees come up towards the hips just a little bit. And then feet are going to lift. From here, top knee opens and close. Exhale, open and close. Good. On this next one, we're going to add a little kick. So knee opens, kick the top leg out straight, bend back in, and close. Two more. Open, extend, in, and close. Last one. Perfect. Lower down, roll back onto your back, crossing up for a figure four, however it feels best for you, whether that's keeping feet down and just rocking. You can grab up underneath that opposite leg as long as you don't feel any strain in the neck or shoulders. So make sure your chin stays down and you're not popping up towards the ceiling. Rock from side to side, find that sweet spot, maybe even crossing the knees further, seeing if you can grab onto your ankles for a deeper stretch. Awesome. From here, let's do a nice little 180 to the other side. Setting it up the exact same way, hips stacked, one on top of the other. Yeah, perfect. From here, top arm somewhere other than our mat. We're going to start with those circles. So foot up at the height of the hip, drawing those circles on that opposite wall, reaching long. Doesn't have to be the most coordinated circle. Perfect. And reverse directions. Try to reach that top leg so long that maybe those bottom ribs start to lift off of your mat, engaging the core a lot. On this next one, we're going to développé, so toe to knee, extend up, and take it down. Perfect. And reverse directions, kicking straight up, bend in and down. Perfect. On this next one, straight leg kick straight up towards the ceiling. You are in a little bit of a diagonal with toe pointing up, heel pointing down. We're pointing up, flexing down. We're inhaling up, exhaling down. Everything else frozen. On this next one, we are going to sweep that leg forward, around, and down. This one's tough, so try to anchor that hip back into the socket, not letting it fall forward as you sweep the leg forward. And on this last one, reverse directions, up, forward, and back. Good, last one. Perfect. Bend those legs in a little bit, feet lift up. Exhale, knee up and down. Making sure that as you lift the top knee, this top hip doesn't move, meaning you're not opening up towards the ceiling. Really controlling it here. On this next one, we're going to add that kick. So Knee opens, extend up, in and down, up. Good. Last one. Perfect. Lower everything back down, rolling onto your back, crossing it into that figure four stretch again. However it feels best, you can try different things. I definitely encourage some sort of movement so that we're not always stretching in one plane of those muscle fibers. We're getting more towards the inside and the outside of those glutes as well. It's a big muscle, so it fans in a pretty wide area. Awesome. Taking one more deep breath, maybe crisscrossing at the knees, grabbing in as far as you can. When you are ready, extend your arms and legs nice and long. We're going to flip over onto our stomach. Good. Reach those arms and legs long away from the center of the body. We're going to reach as long as you can. Opposite arm, opposite leg are going to lift a little bit up, pulling belly button in as you do so. Head is coming with you. And switching sides. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Reach and lower. You're almost thinking about like you're reaching so long, that's how you're lifting, rather than thinking about a goal to lift up. Pretend like you're being pulled in two opposite directions. On this next one, we'll start to speed it up a little bit. So lift, lift. Going right into a flutter kick, so lifting both arms, both legs, your head, lengthen, flutter kicking here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax down. We're going to prop up onto our forearms here. From here, press your shoulders down away from your ears, lengthen your neck. And then we're going to pull our belly buttons up and off of the floor, hips stay down, and just tighten everything up. Should almost feel somewhat like a plank. Breathing here, and lower everything back down, relax through the shoulders. Exhale, lift, shoulders down, neck long, belly button up and in, hold here, breathe. From here, take your feet off of the mat, take your knees off of the mat, and lengthen long. Breathe and hold. And relax everything back down. Good, we're going to run through that one more time. Shoulders down, neck long, belly button up and off of the mat, feet up and off of the mat. Hold here. We're going to kick one heel into the butt and lengthen back long. Opposite leg, heel kicks in and lengthen. Good. Last one on each side. And lower down. Perfect. You can lower your head. You can crisscross your hands, stacking one on top of the other, and take a cheek to one side. Perfect. From here, we're going to kick both heels into our hips. 2 pulses here, and then we're going to lengthen out long. Hands come down by your hips. Reach as long as you can. Palms are down. And then flip your cheek to the other side. Kick for 2, and lengthen long for 2. Squeezing your shoulder blades. Good. One more on each side. Kick, kick, and lengthen long. Last one. Kick, kick, and lengthen. Perfect. Pressing back onto your hands and knees. Knees right underneath your hips, hands right underneath your shoulders. Perfect. Pull your belly button in so you have a nice flat back. Head is neutral. So you're not drooping down, you're not sticking up. Think press the back of your neck towards the ceiling. From here, we're just going to tap opposite elbow without moving anything else. Pressing down strong through the ground, both with your knuckles and the tips of your fingers. Really trying to control this. Good. Last one on each side. Perfect. On this next one, we're going to tuck the toes under, hovering the knees. Hold here. Hold, hover. Pressing the ground away. When you're ready, we're going to continue to tap opposite elbow. Trying again not to move anything. Last one on each side. Good, and drop the knees down. Untuck the toes, pressing back into child's pose. Head can come down. Taking a few deep breaths here. Let's do an exercise for those low trap muscles. Palms are going to face in towards each other. Separate your hands a little bit wider, about the width of your mat. Thumbs are up towards the ceiling. First step, we're going to send our shoulders down away from your ears. So set your shoulders down and back. Hold there. We're just going to lift one arm so it's hovering off of the mat if you can. And then relax back down. Switching sides, it's okay if all you can do is hover. Good. Keep switching. Forehead stays down on your mat. Feeling the work here more in your mid-back than in your neck and not in the tops of your shoulders. Last one on each side. Perfect. Relax down. You can flip your palms back to the ground. We're going to take our right hand underneath our left armpit, looking towards that side for a nice little stretch. Twisting here. And other side. Perfect. We're going to come up for a plank. You can choose whether that is on your hands or your forearms. I'm going to choose forearms. We're just going to set this up for a hold, preferably forearms parallel rather than hands clasping together. When you're ready, lifting up into your plank. Again, head nice and long. Head is not drooping down. It's not sticking up. Almost like you're giving yourself a double chin. Hold here and breathe. On this next one, just a tiny micro bend through the knees. Nothing else moves. Knees just tap and up. Tap and up. Last one. Hold lifted, little hip dip. So hip drops down, right back up to the start. Trying your best not to move your ankles or feet or isolating through the pelvis. Last one on each side. And relax down. You can go back into child's pose if you want to. Perfect. From here, let's go ahead and lift that chest up. We're going to take our left leg forward, hands on the hips, press those hips forward, and then straighten the leg back. So more of a dynamic stretch. Press forward, chest stays lifted. Perfect. On this last one, hold forward, pressing those hips. We're going to side bend our shoulders a little bit to the left. opening up that hip flexor even more, and then back up to the top. You'll feel yourself having to balance here as well using the core. Side bend to the left, and back up to the top. Last one. Good. Hands can come right down. We're going to tuck that back knee under and start to rotate to your left, sitting down. Perfect. Keep twisting until you're looking back behind you. Nice little spine twist. Sit up as tall as you can. Exhale, twist a little bit further. And start to slowly unwind back over to the right. Keep unwinding until you find yourself in this half middle split here. Switching sides. Perfect. Shift your weight onto the bent knee side. We should now have our opposite leg in front. If it's not, just switch it around. Hands on the hips. We'll start by pressing the hips forward and hips back, straight leg. Switching between these two positions. On this next one, press the hips forward, hold forward, start to side bend to the right, and back up to the top. Side bending to the right, and back up. Last one. Hands coming down. Tuck that back knee under, start to rotate to your right. Keep twisting until you're looking back behind you. Sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, twist further like you're wringing out a towel. Slowly starting to unwind back the way you came into your half middle split. Switching sides. Awesome. Turning around to face the front, crisscrossing the legs. Either hand comes down or elbow comes down. Reach up and over. From here, top shoulder is going to fold forward. Inhale, open top shoulder. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Other side, either hand or elbow comes down, reaching up and over. And then this top shoulder, exhale, curl forward. Inhale, open. Good. Curl. And open. Perfect. Back up to the top, sitting up as tall as you can. Clasp those hands together. And reach your hands forward, chest backwards. If you want to, taking it a little bit side to side. Getting a deeper stretch through the upper back. Awesome. Hands reach behind you. Open up that chest. Nice big inhale. You can look up. And sitting up nice and tall again. Roll those shoulders back for 2. And forward for 2. We're going to inhale. Reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Good. One more like that. Inhale, open. Exhale, release. Awesome job. You can shake it out. All done.